Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duggar For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Joanna and Austin Forsyth have been making headlines lately. These Duggar News stars first gained popularity on Counting On. After the show, they became social media influencers and launched a YouTube channel. Austin also serves as a contractor. Fans are already aware that Joanna grew up in a strict household with 18 other siblings who practice IBLP. But with time, Joanna has been able to realize the reality for herself. Instead of mindlessly adhering to a lifestyle, she developed the ability to evaluate her faith and religious beliefs. It occurred immediately following the Josh Duggar incident. Joanna stated in a recent interview that her father, Jim Bob Duggar, has a wooing checklist for his children. It's been a while since Joanna and Austin Forsyth were on television. Nonetheless, they are very comfortable posting about their lives on social media. They recently featured on the Unplanned podcast and discussed their views on faith and religion. Joanna was keen to point out how her sister Jinger's redefining of religion provided her the guts to do so. She confesses to not sure what even is real after reading Jinger's book Becoming Free Indeed, My Story of Disentangling Faith from Fear. But talking to her sister before reading her book helped Joanna realize that she can take as much time as she needs to process and reframe her relationship with faith. Similarly, Joanna recalled several problematic things she witnessed while growing up, such as her father Jim Bob's courtship checklist. While discussing her IBLP lifestyle, Joanna Duggar and her husband, Austin Forsyth, were open about their courtship. Duggar News viewers must be aware of how they encourage children to court for marriage when they reach the age of 16. They discovered that selecting marriage mates was easier and less risky than dating. Joanna and Austin disclosed that her father, Jim Bob Duggar, prepared a checklist for the suitors. It would include inquiries about their family planning, financial situation, religious beliefs, and so on. The latter interjected and stated that there were several items on the list that should not have been Jim Bob's concern, such as whether the person had an arrest record. But Joanna thought it was an easy and quick way to get to know a potential suitor for their children, so she didn't mind at first. But, years later, after reflecting, she wants to change a few things on the courting list. How do you feel about Jim Bob's practice of keeping a checklist? Tell us in the comments. Keep an eye on TV season and spoilers for more Duggar news. Joanna Duggar will never go against her parents, that much is certain. The Counting On star and her husband, Austin Forsyth, appeared on the Unplanned podcast to discuss everything Duggar. They are the third Duggar pair to appear on the podcast, after Jinger Duggar, Jeremy Vuolo, Jill Duggar, and Derek Dillard. Joy spoke openly about her postpartum depression after Gunner's birth. That heightened her emotions as her sisters published novels and Jill and Derek appeared in Shiny Happy People. Joy had only positive things to say about her mother, Michelle Duggar. By submitting your information, you agree to our terms and conditions and privacy policy. Austin agreed with his wife about his mother-in-law. Naturally, the Unplanned podcast hosts were curious in Michelle Duggar and her several pregnancies. Joanna Duggar worked it out, while Michelle had 19 children and 18 pregnancies, including the baby she lost after Josie Duggar. They chatted about Michelle's busy schedule, and she revealed that she babysits all of her grandchildren 5 days a week on average. Joy was wide-eyed as she described her mother as a lolly, detailing what she does with her grandchildren when she spends time with them. Austin Forsyth described Michelle as selfless, and Joy concurred, saying she was almost too selfless. Except for Jill Duggar, the siblings have gone out of their way to speak positively and respectfully about Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. Joanna Duggar has been careful about what she says and does not say, particularly lately. She admitted that Jinger Duggar's book rocked her life and made her question her beliefs. The Counting On star will most likely go the same route as Jinger and blame her teachers rather than her parents. Jill went the opposite route, voicing her disagreement with Jim Bob. Her connection with Michelle was better, however. And it appears that, despite their conflicts, the latter still shows up when her daughter needs her. The adult siblings continue to walk a delicate line with their parents. They don't want to upset the boat and lose access to their younger siblings, particularly Joy. She spends a lot of time with her younger sisters, who can sleep at her house, which shows that Jim Bob and Michelle trust her. Joy and Austin Forsythe's praise for Michelle is not surprising, it is anticipated. Counting on alum Jason Duggar just shared how he met his wife, Maddie Grace. He is the most recent Duggar to walk down the aisle this year. His wedding took place just 2 months after Jana married Stephen Wisman in August. Many people were intrigued by Jason's encouragement of Jana to return to the dating scene. Continue reading to see what he said. Many fans assumed Jana would always be single. She was the eldest Duggar who remained unmarried. The Counting on alum also stated in one of her interviews that she is content with having a single life. Some people assumed Jim Bob and Michelle wanted her to be the family's caretaker, particularly of her younger siblings. However, many people were startled when she reported that she had married Stephen in Prairie Grove, Arkansas. Jason also had an interview when he married Maddie Grace. However, what piqued many people's interest was when the Counting on veteran revealed what he told Jana while still pursuing her. According to Jason, he looked through social media looking for his significant other and stated the same thing about his older sister. He said that it was a dare for him to still find the proper person, and Jana would as well. I was talking to Jana. I was telling her, listen, Jana, you had to put yourself out there if you want to find a partner. So I was like, look, listen, I'm going to hop on here to find someone, just to show you that I can do it, he said. Despite Jason's counsel, Jana appears to have focused on her longtime pal Stephen, who was apparently linked to her in 2020. Jana has spent the previous few weeks chronicling her new life with Stephen. The former Counting on star frequently posts YouTube vlogs about the repair of her Nebraska fixer-upper. Members of the Duggar family have also assisted the newlyweds with their refurbishment. Jana Duggar has begun to release footage from her courtship with Stephen as well. She even told her followers that her next video would be about her bachelorette vacation. The Duggar family, well known for their stringent courtship standards, has been in the spotlight for years. Their strict Christian ideals and public devotion to a set of relationship norms have become distinguishing characteristics of their public persona. Even in the Duggar family, rules can be disregarded, and the results might be unexpected. Recently, a story resurfaced, leaving admirers stunned. Joanna Duggar Forsythe, who married Austin Forsythe, stated that she was chastised for violating a courtship guideline after Austin was injured in a frightening vehicle accident.